This is NewsBreak26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. Premier Blaine Higgs has called a general election that will send New Brunswickers to the polls on September 14th. While this will be the first general election in Canada since the pandemic began, St. Croix voters were expecting to go to the polls this fall for a by-election. The riding has been without an MLA for almost a year now since the death of the Honourable Greg Thompson last September. St. Croix candidates Rod Cumberland for the People's Alliance, Andrew Sutton for the Green Party, and Kathy Baucus for the Progressive Conservatives were nominated for their respective parties in early 2020, along with the original Liberal candidate Karen Ludwig. Delays in the by-election due to the pandemic led Ludwig to step down this summer to pursue a job opportunity. Ludwig was on hand last week alongside Liberal leader Kevin Vickers for the virtual nomination event for new St. Croix Liberal candidate John Gardner of Honeydale. With the election announcement on Monday, that leaves Gardner 4 weeks to campaign.
I didn't start campaigning yesterday. I have been in this riding my whole entire life. The voters know what I stand for. The voters know that I've been fighting for health care and all of the other issues that are important to the riding. That's what I continue to do. And even yesterday, while Higgs was calling for an election that a lot of people don't think we need, I was out meeting with people in the riding, dealing with their issues.
Gardner spent Monday and Tuesday of this week meeting with residents of Bayside who are concerned about a rezoning issue in the rural area. Little Bay Lobster, one of the largest lobster exporters in the world, headquartered in New Hampshire, is hoping to establish a lobster distribution center on the grounds of an existing gravel pit adjacent to the St. Croix River. This proposal requires rezoning the land from rural to light industrial in order to be used as a seafood warehouse operation. This type of rezoning is actually not allowed in countries like the United States, which has many Bayside residents worried about how the proposed project could affect the residential area in terms of noise, environmental pollution, and property value, as well as the effect it might have on the local economy for New Brunswick's lobster industry.
What they've circulated is that they would like to rezone the area, in fact create a new zoning category called industrial light, which would allow them to take what used to be an old gravel pit and establish what they're calling a lobster warehouse. And by doing that, they would truck 300,000 lobster at a time, 480 kilometers from New Hampshire, and they would store them here, and they claim then they're going to turn around and truck them back when, I assume, when the price is better or something. Now, a lot of people in the area feel that it's the same as other companies in the States have been forced to do because of the tariff war, and that is ship their lobster through Canada so they arrive in China as Canadian lobster, and which to me would only hurt the Canadian lobster industry.
The local residents are also concerned that a lack of representation in the area in the midst of a pandemic and a general election will lead to this project going ahead without proper oversight, especially when there's already an industrial park in Bayside better suited for a seafood warehouse. The Southwest Service Commission is holding a virtual public hearing of objections to this amendment on August 26 at 6 p.m. Participants need to pre-register by phone at 466-3141 or online.
So if you feel this has affected you, or it'll affect you even if you're not in the Bayside area, this has a big impact on the rest of New Brunswick, on zoning, and it's a precedent that could be set, and it could come to your community. So please jump on August 26 at 6 o'clock.
The deer population in St. Andrews is an ongoing safety and health concern for residents of the area. Mike Holland was in St. Andrews last Thursday prior to the general election announcement, when he was still Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, to meet with Town Council to discuss effective options for controlling the local deer population.
I also have a chance to meet with the good folks on Municipal Council. We're going to talk about a variety of issues, but primarily our white-tailed deer issue in the area. There's a lot of good ideas there. I'm committed to working with them to make sure that we bring some solutions to that issue.
We will keep you posted on what ideas from this discussion come to fruition. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and online exclusives, follow us on Facebook at CHCO.TV.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.